Manhwa, the land where every protagonist has a tragic backstory, overpowered abilities, and a name that sounds like a rejected superhero. Today, we're diving into Regressor of the Fallen Family, starring our hero, Logan. Not to be confused with the other Logan, though they both have a knack for making questionable life choices. Picture this: you're living your best life, or so you think, until you realize you've really screwed up. Your family gone, your life a mess. But hey, at least you get a do-over. It's like Groundhog Day, but with more swords and less Bill Murray. And instead of Phil Connors, we've got Logan McLean, a name that sounds like if McDonald's made a tough guy name generator app. Our protagonist, McLean, is filled with more regrets than the other Paul after the Japanese forest incident. But unlike Paul, who just had to apologize on YouTube, McLean gets a whole second chance at life. Because apparently, the heavens were like, this guy is so messed up, it's actually entertaining. Let's hit rewind. So he's back, armed with knowledge of the future and a burning desire to not screw up this time. It's like Logan Paul getting a chance to redo his entire YouTube career, which he has, and he's still apparently doing some sketchy stuff. By the way, I'm still waiting for that zoo thing. In the first few chapters, our hero, Logan Paul, is filled with regrets. Seriously, he's got more regrets than I do after breaking my collarbone because of a handstand. But unlike me, he gets to fix his mistakes. He vows to protect his family and change his fate, which is great. I mean, he has more character development than most YouTubers get in their entire careers. YouTubers are like, hey, you know what I want to do? Don't know, bro. What do you want to do? Kids. By chapter 10 to 15, he's starting to see the fruits of his labor. New alliances, old enemies, old friends, and a path that's slowly diverging from his tragic past. It's like watching a phoenix rise from the ashes, but with more angst and better hair. And just when you think he's got it all figured out, the plot thickens. Every choice he makes has consequences. What a surprise. And he constantly battling his inner demons. It's like watching me try to decide between a gin, a tonic, or martini. Spoilers, I chose none of them, because we keep it halal. So if you're into stories of redemption, revenge, and a whole lot of sword action with Regressor involved, then hey, watch it. This is your next obsession. This character changes basically his future, since what he did in his past life is not occurring in this new one, because again his action is changing the course of his life. Now let's dive a bit deeper without spoiling too much. By chapters 16 to 20, things get even more intense. Our hero's decisions start to have ripple effects. Alliances are tested, enemies become more cunning, and the stakes, they just keep getting higher. New characters come into play, each with their own agendas. One is trying to get back to his people. The other is just trying to protect his sister. Our protagonist has to navigate through a web of politics, betrayal, and unexpected alliances. It's like Game of Thrones, but no dragons. And just when you think you've figured it all out, bam! Another plot twist. They have added Viagra in the mix. Like, what? What do you mean? It's like the writers are playing 4D chess while we're stuck on checkers. But hey, that's what makes it so addictive to read. And speaking of the addictive, let's talk about art style. Oh my god. It's like someone took all the best elements of classic manga and gave it a modern twist. The fight scenes are so dynamic, they make it look like Demon Slayer's animation is just as bad as their storytelling. And the characters? They're more layered than a 7-layer dip at a Super Bowl party. You got your classic hero's journey, but with enough twists and turns to make M. Night Shyamalan jealous. Now, let's talk about the build-up to the first major conflict, or as I like to call it, the war of who's got the bigger issues. Logan's trying to rally allies, but it's like herding cats. Everyone got their own agenda, and trust me, it's messier than a reality TV show reunion.
Because I started crying yet? Are you gonna start crying? Start crying? Shut the cry!
Trying to convince a bunch of self-absorbed nobles to join your cause is like trying to get influencers to agree on the best brand of kombucha. Whatever. Impossible, right? But Logan, bless his heart, gives it a go. As tensions rise, so do the stakes. Logan's past mistakes haunt him, and every decision feels like walking on a tight rope over a pit of hungry alligators. The alliances he forms are as shaky as a Jenga tower in an earthquake. And just when you think things can't get worse, they do! Because of course they do. It's like the universe has a personal vendetta against Logan. Or maybe it's just bad writing. Who knows? Or hell, it's just for entertainment. Hopefully not, because he's really suffering from this. The build-up to the first war is filled with political intrigue, backstabbing, and enough drama to make a soap opera look tame. Logan's trying to convince and outmaneuver his enemies. But it's like playing chess with a pigeon. No matter how good you are, it's going to knock over the pieces and strut around like it won. So, grab some popcorn, sit back, and enjoy the ride. Because this Manhua is one wild roller coaster of emotions. And hey, if you ever get a second chance at life, maybe start with something simpler, like not eating that questionable street food. Trust me on this one.